Hi, are you looking to migrate your website to Webflow? Then this video is for you. As you can see here, migrating your website to Webflow isn't just copying pages. If you miss a few critical steps, you can lose years of SEO. Breaking for the integrations, for example, HubSpot, Salesforce, or any integrations you have, subscribing integration, and hurt your business. In this video, I'll show you the exact migration process we use to move websites from Wix, WordPress, Squarespace, or HubSpot CMS to Webflow safely. Let's start with the first here. Why businesses are moving to Webflow? There are this platform for over a decade now, and suddenly people are moving to Webflow and Framework. So there are a few reasons. One is faster marketing workflows. It means your marketing team, your marketing guy or any team member of yours can go to Webflow and create pages easily. You can create sections, you can add new blogs or new content to your website. They can change images, change buttons, anything that requires on your website. If you want to, let's say, create a landing page, you can do that easily using the slots and so many features that Webflow offers. Easier content management, as I said, you can easily add content. You can hire someone, you can give them editor access, you can just go update your better design flexibility. These platforms, whether it's Wix, WordPress, you lack this feature there, right? That you need a developer there if you want to design any certain part or just small things. Here in Webflow, you don't need that. You can do that directly by yourself. When a developer builds a website first time, they will create these components and the other systems so that we just need to drag and drop them and you can build your own designs. In a code, Webflow's code is more cleaner than all these platforms because they are drag and drop and they just create their own design system. Better performance, Webflow websites are known for its performance. But scalability, you can scale your Webflow websites at to limit. Let's say if you want to add more collections to your website, you can do that easily. If you want to add more pages, you can do that very easily, right? Forms, so many integrations you can do it right. You can reduce dependency on developers by moving to Webflow because you get so many features that you need to build a web page. After why you should move to Webflow, you come to this before you migrate. Now it's time for migration, right? And before you migrate your website, there are a few things I want you to keep in mind so that you don't lose your SEO rankings, your data, your content, or your traffic. First is existing pages. Make sure you note down all of the existing pages. There are a few ways. One is by checking your sitemap XML file, or you can just list down the existing pages on your website. For example, if you look at this website here, I have home page, service page, and all these pages, I can list them down. If you want to remove some pages, you can also list that down here, right? So your existing pages. Second, the blog post. If you have any blog post in this, I have the blog post on my website. In this case, I'm using Wix as a platform I want to migrate to. Right? So I have few, let's say I have few four blog posts here and I want to just migrate them. So list them out clearly. So here, as you can see, I have static pages XML file, I have dynamic services, dynamic blog, and dynamic projects XML file. And from there, I can see which pages I want to keep and I want to remove. Landing pages, if you have some landing pages, list them down. Forms, how many pages, forms you are using on your website. So in my case, I'm using only this form, right? I'm not sure if I'm using any. No, I'm not. I'm not using any form on this. As you can see, these websites are very slow. I'm not using any form here. I think this is fine. You can just okay, yeah. Only one form, so you can list down the forms. CMS collection. So how many CMS collections are you using to go to your Wix platform? And from there, you can see the collections, your collections. We are using three collections at the moment: blogs, projects, and services. I have SEO metadata. This you can easily get from Wix website. You can go to Wix and click on the dashboard, or you can click here and you will click on the SEO. From there, you can definitely go and find your metadata: title, description, OG title, OG description, OG images, and the banners of the page. Right? You can definitely make sure you have them ready. Redirects. For example, I have this page at the moment about us, right? And if you look at the URL, my website name, and the URL says about us. But to my new Webflow site, I want to create a page, and its URL is .me, not .us, right? Then, so now here the redirects comes into play. My website is already on Google. My page is already crawled and ranking on Google. Is about us page. Then, if someone goes to Google and clicks on that About Us page, and my site now is on what Webflow, right? So if someone clicks on About Us page, if they go to that page, they will find 404 error, page not found error. Why? Because now the URL is this, not the About Us page, because that URL is gone. It's not in my Webflow website anymore, right? So you need to add this tier one templates. I'll show you everything how and how you can add them in Webflow. Then you have images. Make sure, for example, here I want all the images being used on this website. So I'm going to use this people plugin to export all the images from there. I can see as I click on this, I can have all of my images, right? And I can export them all and I can reuse them. So you don't need to go one by one checking that images. So here's the plugin you can use CSS people. Then what we have is downloads. If you have any PDFs, if you have any getted content, PDF files, or anything, any documents on your website you want to use those download, you can definitely go and download and upload to your website assets. Integrations. If your website is using HubSpot, Salesforce, or any third-party integrations with your website you have, then you make sure list them down and check to Webflow apps marketplace. Here, let's say they already have HubSpot, if they have Salesforce or not. If they don't, here I don't see Salesforce. No, they don't have Salesforce. So now what I'll do, I'll go and I'll try using Zapier. I'll use Zapier to connect my Webflow form with Salesforce using the Zapier. Right? This is a connector, mediator you can call it. Then you have analytics. Once you migrate everything, the site is about to ready. You go to the hosting, you have the hosting, then you need this GA4 or MS Clarity, whatever the integration you already have. You can just go and paste them into your Webflow site settings for your website to be visible on those platforms. Third-party scripts. If you are already using third-party scripts, then go to your Webflow website, Webflow site settings, and from here you can easily add your third-party scripts, your headings, select a custom codes. If you are using any services, third-party services, then you can add their codes here, right? This is a site level code, but if you want, you can definitely use the page level code as well by going to page settings of the website. Then choosing what to migrate. The next step is choosing what to migrate. Keep removing too much. For example, on this website, I don't want some services. Let's say I'm not offering some services at the moment, or I want to add new services to the website. So you make sure you write that down with the perfect URL. Let's say I want to just remove the installation service, and so that this page won't be there. So instead of this page, I will add the P01 direct because this page does not exist anymore, but the URL is already there on Google. So I will add that page to the home page or any of the service page, main service page, right? Here the service page that people can, if they can click on this, they go to this main service page from Google, right? So here, let me show you that here is the page. page level codes which you can add before and after head, right? This is where you can produce the scripts or the JavaScript. And then planning to Webflow, planning the Webflow structure. The next step is planning the Webflow structure, page hierarchy, the page structure, how you want your structure. If you are creating or migrating from scratch with new design and the new development, then definitely your designer or your developer will build it, right? Or if you are migrating from, let's say, your existing design with existing design, in this case, I'm going to use the existing design, then you will need to create this structure step by step in that. Or you can go and choose Webflow template and customize that template according to your requirements here, right? So that's why hierarchy and CMS collection. So, we discuss here that I have four, I'm not sure how many collections do I have. Okay, I have three CMS collections. So this is why it's low. See, blogs, projects, and services, right? Go here, click on the CMS collection, and from here I can add new collection. Let's say I want to add a new blog, but make sure this collection match with your existing collection, blog collections fields, blog title, content, or image category, SEO title, meta description, publication date, and its blog. Right? Make sure it matches with that, and then you export your content. Export to CSV. Export that, enter collection, you can export it like this and file. Then you can go here. Let's say I can just for sake of creating, I can go here in this here and I'll just go to import. Import here. Go here. This is your header. And I will just follow this. Blog title. If I have any, this is my blog title. Get a new field, name existing field. What field do I have? This is my blog, right? Content, make it map to existing field. This is my post body, right? This is my content. And then some items are related to channel, right? So this is the issue with many of the platforms, right? Cover image and map with my existing image. I don't know why. URL. I think they have this URL, that's all. Category, you can connect person title. So all these fields you have to create here, right? Then you can click the import button and everything will be imported to your Webflow collection. You need to create these based on these icons. So let's say for this one, I want this to connect with my slug because this is my item, right? From my existing website. And this is how you can do it. But I don't want to, so I will just import. And then you have components. How you can do that? Go to your Webflow site. Here you see these components. Just click on that and you can create components. For example, you can reuse that again and again. Let's say there are some items. For example, these. This is your item, right? So here you have image or icon, you have title, you have that body text. You can create a component for this section and you can reuse that and just change these things. Nothing else. You don't need to rebuild them again and again. And or else you can create a structure like this, or you can build a card like this. Let's say, for example, let's build something like this. So you go here, your page and section. So I'm just following here, for example, I have this block, and for example, I have the title, body, button, and the image, right? Inside these, I will add I will add a heading, paragraph, I have the button, and then I have my image. Easy. I'm using Control E to get that search feature for that. So this is my item. So for example, here I want to box, this, this, and I want to add a cat, thing, all of them, and trading, 40, 40 trading, then I can add so many things. Add a border, border. So as you can see, now I have a border and this box. What I'll do, so I'm not going to create the pixel perfect, but here as you can see, the overall idea is here. I can make it H2 or H3, but I would prefer H3 because it falls under the H2 and H3. So I'll make it 3 because that's the term we use in structure. So now I have this amazing card. So I want to reuse that again, right? So I'm going to create a component. I'm going to create that. What is that? Service card, right? I don't want to add any group. Is cards, right? Create 5 properties. What properties? One is the title, this paragraph, this button, and its URL, and this image. That's all. 1, 2, 3, 4, and this text, right? That means 5. So now let's go. Then, so now whatever you have as a component is going to be in this green color, right? So now I have this. So I'm going to let's see columns. I'm going to use 3 columns. I'm going to put one of the component that column, and I'm going to put it that here very easily. Now means I have this layout easily ready in Webflow. As you can see how fast is it. Just select this green box and start adding content. Dollar installation. So you can see how it binds my data real time. I can add a link, I can add a file, one click of a button, I can set the button text first. So this is how you can do easily whatever things here in Webflow. So if I want to change anything, let's see if I go and this is my main component, go and settings. Uh, main component, I can go and change anything here to this component, to this main component. This is my main component. I don't like the 40. I just need to go. And now, if I go to home page, my website, just look at this. Everything is now 24 pixel padding because I made change to my base component, right? So that's what the component is. Now you have the variable. So this is what you have to follow this process, right? So that you don't break anything in Webflow. Now you have this process. So here you have these variables, base collection. Here you can set your spacing, size, fonts, anything you want, colors. I can create a new variable, means color. I can add a, let's say, white. I can create the size of the page or number. Font family I can add easily. It's a font family here I want. It's not that. I want to select font family. So, that. I can use these. My phone, website, and then what else I can do? For example, okay, this is what you have the variable. And for these, I can go and change these fonts to one side. Let's say you can select negative one, whatever the font uses, I want to use the font that I want the area. So I'll just go to purple, then I can select font select. So all of my fonts will be one set. See, Right? So this is the power of Webflow. You can create this kind of component system, design system, colors, everything here. Right? Then you have design system means you go create your button styles, typography styles, everything that you need. Let's say home styles, uh, rounded corner styles, everything you can do. Create inside these, and also with an individual page with a class base should be fine, right? So that whatever they make the change, because it's technical terms, so let's not go into that. But you can create the GIS system, you can create navigations easily. For example, here I have my navigation like this. I can create this navigation with Webflow. If I go to my Webflow, add a new, what can I do from here? I have like this. So, bar. This is my new bar. I can add my new bar here. Right? I can add my footer, create my footer from scratch, and this is how you can start building your website. Footer utility pages means 404 pages. You click here on these pages, and you see these not e-commerce, not templates. You have these user pages. These are the utility pages. Sorry, not that. These are the utility pages. 404 and password protected pages. If you only get it content, then this page is required. And this is your 404 pages. This is the utility page. You can create for let's say custom 404 error pages from here. Building the website. The next phase in creating a website is building the website. Creating pages. I showed you how you can create pages. Go to Webflow, click on this pages icon, and from here, just click on new page. Either you can create a page template or a new page. So here you can create this page. You can give it a name, let's say about us, because make sure you follow the same structure about us. Here I have this page called about us, right? Because I prefer to use it like this way. So you can easily, ignore that 404 error for your clients or for your users, right? So you can make it about us, you can make it public, you can add this ASO data, everything. You need to add a site plan, $25 a month, and then you can add these images, so many such things you can do it from here. This is all the SEO thing you can edit from here, right? You can create a page from here. And if you don't want, let's say if you want a template page that your marketing guy will go and just drag and drop these things and build, so you can create this page template. You can ask your developer or designer to give you this page. Let's say normal page, right? And this normal page, I want, this is my template page. So I want my new bar. So if we have the fixed new bar, I want my footer, library, fine, and then this page load. I want this page load here. So this is the fix. This structure will be fixed. The nav bar and this footer, and in between you can add your own content. So how you can do that? So this is, I can save it with Control S. And now let's say for example I want to create a new page. These are my static page template, normal page template, right? So I want to build a new page called uh, let's say template. I want to use a normal page template, and I want to create an about us page, right? So I'm using that page as my template here. Just create that page. So now as you can see, I already have the structure. I don't need to make anything. I already have the structure, and I can just drag and drop that services cards to this section, this page flow. But for example, let's say you add the section and inside the container and then this kind of styles, right? You can ask your developer to make it perfect for you so that your developer or your marketing guy come and make these changes and they can make this page live for you, right? So very simple. Okay. Now then it comes responsive layouts. Make sure that the website is responsive to all the device sizes. As you can see, now it's responsive, it looks like, but you need to make it responsive properly. Then you have the CMS. I already showed you how CMS works. And then you have forms. You can add forms easily from here. Just click on this and forms, form block. You can add a new form block to your website. Here you can add a new form block. Let's say you just want the image, right? You have a form, you can add this form to your website easily. And then you can make certain things to your form from here. You can name your form, you can add this new field if you want, or you can make this certain things to your form from this site settings. And then you have these animations. Your developer will definitely add these animations, or if you want to, you can do. Let's say I select this image, go to infection, and I can add these images. Click image. Let's say if someone clicks on this, what you want to happen. If someone hovers on these, what you want to happen, right? All these custom events, scroll, you can definitely add from infections panel. Right. So that was it in building your pages and the layout in Webflow. Now let's move to migrating your SEO. How you can do that? So for example, your website is already have this URL, your page name, URL, SEO title, SEO meta description, OG title, OG meta description, and the banner image that you want to use. So for example, let's say you already have or you are creating a new SEO title, everything, right? You can definitely just go make sure you have the title. You can add the title which you can see on Google. If you search, let's say my site title, my site title, my site description, right? So this is what you can write here. Either you can ask AI to generate it for you. And you can, if you want to use the same for the OG means if you share it on, let's say, WhatsApp or in social media, how you want your content to be, image and anything, you can add the image as well from it. Or you can add the URL, make sure the size is like this so that it works perfect, right? And then you can add this JSON LD schema. This is a schema markup. We will discuss that in a while. Then you can add this content as I told you earlier in this video. See all these alt tags, character URLs, XML sitemap, robot.txt, human redirects, structured data. Structured data is the one I just told you is JSON and the schema. You can go and create from the third party site, or you can ask Webflow to build it for you based on your website. You create it what the website name is, the logo URL, everything they will add the details so that these AI platforms can read your site. These bots can read your website fluently. Then your XML sitemap that which I just showed you in the video, right? Make sure you have this ready. Alt text. Give alt text to all of your images. For example, here I don't have that I think right for this component, but if I go to that component and I can just in this one I want to add a new settings. I can, as you can see, I have alt text. I can use it like the custom description into image. This is my alt text which you can add to your image, right? Then you have robot.txt. This is let's say later on once you make your website live, you can find that from here in the site settings of Webflow. This 301 redirects everything you can find after making your website live, because until that those features are not ready for you. For example, 301 redirects, you can find that inside publishing. Here you can find 301 redirects easy, your old website URL and the new website URL. That's it. And then what else we had? Robot.txt file that you need to check inside this SEO. And here you can add that content. Let's see if you want to allow something or not. See, allow search engines to crawlers, allow artificial bots, right? You want to make sure that you have this enabled. All these things, right? You go through it, you can add your Google site verification ID, global chemical tag URL, everything here. LLM TXT file inside this SEO tab of your project setting. Everything you can add in Webflow. Then you have content migration, blogs, CMS, import, images, authors. I told you, go use that tool. I showed you CSS people and export all of your images, import that to Webflow. Here, go to Webflow. Again, let's go to Webflow. Let's just wait for it. Not sure why. Okay. Here you see this image icon. Click on that. This is your assets panel. If you click on this, you can expand it. You can add images, documents like PDF files. You can add lottie animations, live animations, or audio files as well, right? You can just go and upload them here from your local site, or you can just drag and drop to your canvas. Okay, now we are moving towards finishing of our migration, right? So now we are on the forms and integration. I showed you how to add forms, but now about integrations. Let's say your website is connected with any CRM, third party CRM. In this case, I'm going to use the HubSpot. I can go here in this apps panel. I can just click on this HubSpot, and from here I can easily install HubSpot on my website. I can connect them. They will ask you these integrations, logins, and all. You do that and easily connect your form. You can select, connect your form, and send your data to your HubSpot account. Then you have all these, right? All this I just showed you how you can do this from your SEO tab in project settings. Let's go there again and see how you can do that from your project site settings. Here, apps and integrations. So what I have Google tag ID, I can add that. Let's say this GTM ID, right? You can add the Google Maps, Google Ads, Metapixel ID. All these you can connect from here. So you don't need to go and add scripts for all these things. You just go and add you can use this captcha on your website. You can register them on Google and use them here. You can have this API access if you want. If you want, you can use the webhooks or Webflow. If let's say something triggers on your website, you want to let's say get an SMS or get an email when something happens on your website. Someone submits a form, you want to get an email, you can use the webhooks of Webflow. Right, then this part, yeah, everything you can do it from here. And if something is not there, you can just go directly to custom code and you can add it whether it's in the head or in the footer side, the code for your website's integration. Then at the end, before you go live and tell anyone, before you connect your domain, right, you can get the hosting from here, plans. Here, I would suggest since my website is using CMS, so I'm going to use this plan, right? This plan, upgrade to premium, and in this I get so many things here, so that I'm going to use the $25 a month plan, and then you do this stuff with your website. You check everything if it's working fine or not, right? Then once you're happy, you can go and connect your own domain with this website. Let's say you have to go to this publishing. And here you can, this is your staging domain, right? And you can add your custom domain here, production domain here, right? So what to check before you go live? Responsive design. Is your website responsive or not? Send it to your colleagues, your team members. Just tell them, you go and use this staging URL, this staging URL, right? Let's say I want to add another staging URL. Just go and tell them that test this out on your mobile phones, on your tablet, on your laptops, right? Here I can see it. The one that we created. See, as you can see here, I have that particular thing, the card components. Just tell them whether it's responsive or not. Then we go through it, create a list, take a screenshot, and work again on those particular parts. And I'm sure it will be ready. It will be never responsive. Broken links, check for the broken links. For example, this button is linking nowhere, right? So you need to go and check. You can give this URL to any uh, a link checking tools, right? Online, there are so many tools. You can give them and ask if there are any broken links on my site or not, right? You can check that. You can check your forms whether you're getting any notification or not. For forms, here you see the form. You can use sender name. who do you want to send your forms to? Send from submissions, right? So you can add, let's say, these senders, and then reply to subject lines. You can set so many things, an email template, whatever you want to create when some form submits on your website. All these things you can do it from here. SEO, check your SEO status. For example, on my site, let's go and see. Page and that step. Let's see what was that SEO. Right, make sure your SEO is there, and then accessibility. Check accessibility if you are using proper tag, HTML tags, proper alt text or not. Everything you can see it from here for your page, so that anyone can use your website. Whether your colors are perfect or not, right? They can see it from your website. Let's say if anyone is visiting your website and if the colors, whether it's WCAG compliant or not, you can check it from here. All everything you can see it, meta title, meta description, not even link content, add schema markups, everything you can do it from here. Then your CMS, you go and check your CMS. Accessibility, I just told you. Browser testing, go and test it on Safari, Chrome, Mozilla, Opera, all these browsers, and redirects at the end. Make sure you don't forget this redirects. This is crucial when you are migrating your website to any of the platforms, right? This is very crucial. Make sure you have that. So then the launch process, what you need a domain connection. If you're using GoDaddy, that's amazing. It's very easy to use with GoDaddy, the Webflow. You can just go and ask Webflow to connect a domain. They will do it, right? They have these integration platform. SSL, you get free with Webflow. DNS, in your GoDaddy, go and make some DNS settings that Webflow gives you once you add your domain name. Publishing, I showed you how you publish your website, redirects, and final testing. And you are ready to tell the world that you have a new website on Webflow, which is fast and amazing. After launch, monitor rankings, search console, analytics, scroll errors, indexing, speed, conversion tracking, everything you need to check right after launch. And then if you need to make any changes, go and do that and publish in just one click without having any code. Common migration mistakes, make sure you don't fall into this copying bad design. If you have bad design, outdated design, don't go and migrate the same website. Whether you select a new template or hire an agency who can design and develop a website for you from scratch with new and trending layouts. Ignoring SEO. Don't ignore your SEO. Make sure you if you are not getting any results from these platforms organically or AI platforms, go and hire an SEO agency. They will help you out with your SEO while you are migrating. Missing redirects. I told you so many times, don't forget these redirects. 301 redirect, let me tell you. Otherwise, you will see, you will find it new. Forgetting forms, add forms to your website, not optimizing images. Make sure you're using WebP format images, which are faster, and you can use SVG icons, which are also faster. No CMS planning. Make sure you plan your CMS before you migrate. What fields to add, right? Image, buttons, let's say links, content, and tags, SEO title, so meta description, all these things you need to plan before you migrate. Publishing tool, don't be in hurry. Don't publish your website. Let's say once you have built, don't just publish, just go through it again and again, one or two times, and then publish your website. And then if you find that there are some issues, go and resolve those issues in your website. Is Webflow right for you? After doing all these things, do you think is Webflow right for you? If yes, then hit the like button to this video, right? Because I have prepared the doc for you guys, right? And if you're planning to migrate to Wix, WordPress, or HubSpot CMS and want to avoid costly mistakes, we have had many businesses migrate to Webflow and Framework. If you want us to help you, let's connect and discuss more in detail. Until next time, happy creating.